Welcome back, one and all. My name is 2.Cho, but you guys can call me Cho for 420. Someone called me the other day. That was what's up, honestly. But welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, consider checking out the channel and consider subscribing. Anyways, in today's video, we are going to kind of take a look at FTA. For the past few weeks, I've been hitting top 10, and I think I can give some of you older players a little bit of tip. You know, maybe you're just outside top 20, maybe you're just outside top 50. Whatever your goal is, hopefully we can help you today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. For a second, we had to get those 2 crystal shards on camera, so there we go, we got it. And yeah, so anyways, very first thing that I want to tell you again is get a teammate that you trust, someone that you know, someone who can keep you on it as well, because sometimes it does take 2, and I have pretty good luck with my other teammates as well. I would recommend 2, but you can't always win. I was just looking, that guy offered to join my group. But anyways, let's get right into it. Alright, so first things first, now our teams are set up. Everything is good to go. I like, you know, kind of a little bit, I like saving, you know, a reserve, like, on the tail end. It's like, if I win one, it's going to go to 3 rounds, you know, something like that. And I like to have just that extra slot in the back. But anyways, day 1, and technically it's day 2, I just like to wait 24 hours before we get into anything. And I like to sit around top 10. I like to give myself a little bit room, and I like to sit around 9th, 10th, you know, if possible. Although we spawned in and we're sitting at number 12 already, so we're not going to do too many fights. One tip is you don't want to climb too high. Sorry if you hear my phone going off. But you don't want to go too high initially, or they'll see that and they'll farm you very easy points. So one thing that I can recommend is find a comfortable medium. I like to get some third person who boosts our power to 1.3, so on and so forth. That way, it doesn't really matter how good he is, you know, if his power is high. I know mine is very high as well. And it's just because I have a, you know, slightly tanky heroes like Tara, Amun-Ra, phenomenal. And they're so tanky. Again, you can make Tank Garuda boost your power. And personally, I like Tank Garuda. You know, like if you've got a crown, an extra one laying around, I guess. Awesome. Sherlock can be tanky, but again, he's not crazy tanky. And then obviously you got your carries, you know, if you're running Bell Rain, you got that. And then you've always got that signature weird, you know, hero. And you're like, I don't know if that fits. I like Drake, you know, because he's cool, he's new. I like Russell because he's new, you know, whatever it may be, that's cool. But again, I like that because first of all, it says, hey, don't mess with us. And then second of all, it's easy to find, you know, you're scrolling through and you're like, this dude has the lowest points. And then you kind of check and you're like, all right, who's got the lowest power in this point bracket? And then you always fight them. So try to boost your power just a little bit without messing your team up. Because if you make them too tanky, then it's not going to work at all. But again, that's a small tip. Again, Garuda's phenomenal. If you're running 2, make one of them tank. It's going to be awesome. Because HP does help on that. The second thing, well, I guess the third after your team, and I guess not climbing too high. I guess so many tips are being thrown at you. But again, fight relatively easy opponents. If you're in early enough, you can fight, you know, 7, 8 people without it really even affecting anything. Because generally speaking, I fight, you know, higher point people. Although I'm looking at some of these people and I've never seen these combinations before. So for the most part, I'll stay out of it. Most people will fight me and that's fine. You know, it's like half the time I'll win one. And if not, I've paired up with this second dude that we're in right now. If I don't win, that dude generally does. And then our third person kind of just sweeps up, assuming one of us loses. And that's what it's there for. It's kind of like strategically placing your teams. You normally hide your best card, so why don't you hide it and guarantee that you go to third round where they can't even look at your team. Another thing on that note, you can look, and again, most of us have E5s everywhere. So you look and you're like, all right, this guy doesn't have E5s, probably doesn't have, max, you can assume tech. I mean, no one has max second tier tech, but, for first tier, they might not have max on all of that. They might not have perfect stones. They might not have a ton of artifacts. Kind of look out for that depending on where you're at in the game. If you're at a roughly 1 or 2 E5 and you see some people without it, you can almost assume you're going to beat that for sure. But obviously, if you have 4 E5s and they're all non-meta and they have a Garuda and a solid team, you might want to double check that. But again, for the most part, assuming you got relatively same heroes, you can assume that you have just better everything than them. Again, this dude's still running Horus, which he's not too bad. He's still running Penny, not too bad. Still running Aspen, not too bad. But he's not running Carry. He has one Garuda, which is fine. He doesn't really have a healer, it looks like. I don't know who that grass person is, but, that's fine. But again, it's like he doesn't have a dedicated healer. He's got kind of older heroes. Maybe he's saving up for something. But for now, that's an easy win for us. So look at those things. And again, don't climb too high initially. I'm going to stop here. We'll see my score, and we'll talk for a second. But again, I love this dude. He's like really offensive, and I would say it's cool to like understand and know who you're teamed up with. So anyways, let's see, we're technically not 12th. So again, just like that, we're on 7th. If I wanted to, I could find an easy person that's under 17 points and get me just a little bit higher, and I'll probably do that, but I'll probably wait an hour to 3 hours before I do that. Because reset just happened, there's still time for people to come in and set up their teams, and that's how it goes. But I don't want to get any higher than those guys because I know, it's like as soon as you get a little bit too high, they start to knock you down and they start to like fight you, even though our power's higher than everyone on the screen. I don't want to feel comfortable, I don't feel comfortable pushing because like that dude's guild is going to fight all of us. And the first guy in that slot could murder me. So it's like he could murder almost anyone. So you got to plan exactly who you're going to stay under, and I would just kind of coast that for the most part. But anyways, guys, that is kind of everything for the most part. So anyways, if you can take away one thing, get a consistent team, and if you're, confident enough and you're close to your goals, sign up on the second day. That way you don't get farmed a little bit too early, and that way you can farm just a little bit, save all your attacks for the last 12 hours and go in at the latest point that you can and just push as far as you can. It's literally that simple. Obviously, working with the same people, you learn their teams so you can give them recommendations, and by running it, you basically control where they go. So just remember that. And anyways, guys, that is going to cover basically everything. If you guys are new here, again, consider checking out the channel and consider subscribing because we are growing and it's awesome, honestly. We're at 500 something. I might be taking tomorrow off, so if you guys don't see a video, remember that. But come reset, the weekly reset, I will cover that as always. But anyways, guys, I hope to see you in the next one. Remember, stay snazzy, stay safe, and stay blessed, guys. Go buy a tree if you can, a house plant, whatever it may be. Water that bad boy till he's huge. And have a safe day, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.